Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Check out the link below, fool.com/thesmattering, to get access to the 10 best stocks to buy right now. For electric vehicles to continue becoming more and more mainstream, we need more technical innovation. And QuantumScape is one of the companies a lot of investors are expecting and hoping to see that come from. QuantumScape is trying to pioneer solid-state battery technology. It's got some really big partners, including one of the largest automakers on Earth, and some pretty good technical experts that are helping it move forward with those new products. I'm Jason Hall. This is The Smattering. We've got Tyler Crowell here with me. And if you're interested in QuantumScape, there's 3 other companies we think it's really important that you understand and that you know something about. Hey, what's up, Tyler?
This is a really interesting topic because I think a lot of people might think that this is a 1-horse race or a 2-horse race or something like that. But there is a lot going on and things that are just coming out that I don't think a lot of people expected. And it's going to probably change the way people think how they want to invest in the sector.
Let's start with solid power. So this is one that if you're looking at QuantumScape, this is the company that's the most similar. Another recently public company. The Pure Play is a startup. It doesn't have a commercial business, but like QuantumScape, it also has some big automaker partners. Ford and BMW, they co-led the Series B funding round, and they're both anticipating, like Volkswagen is with QuantumScape, being able to leverage this company as a key supplier. It's also, its business model is also, I think, a little more around licensing its technology to other companies to make it than QuantumScape is. But again, these are 2 companies in the commercial space that are both going hard after developing the technology in a race to get to market, show the viability of the product, show the cost effectiveness of the product. They're also both very high on the risk curve. They don't have commercial businesses right now. We've seen QuantumScape start third-party validation with its customers. We've seen something a little bit similar with solid power as well. It looks like QuantumScape may be a little bit ahead on that front, but they're both really a long way from commercialization. Tyler, let's talk about what's going on in the automaker space.
I think the market got thrown a pretty big curveball. Toyota announced that they are working on a solid-state electric vehicle themselves with what they believe is a potential 900-mile range. This isn't to say anything about the investability of Toyota Motors. But when I hear somebody like Toyota, not a company known to throw out bombastic claims about what they're going to do. In fact, for a long time, they've been very quiet about the capabilities of electric vehicles and the ability for electric vehicles to become so ubiquitous.
Of the 5 largest automakers, Toyota may have been the one that's been the most conservative. They've been a leader in hydrogen and in hybrids, but they have not been anything close to the front of the pack when it comes to battery electric vehicles. Like you said, this has been a big surprise.
So they're now expecting in 2026 that their next generation of vehicles will be coming out with a cruising range, what you can comfortably expect out of your car, somewhere under 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles, which, like we said, is a big leap forward from what we have now. That's what, 3 years out, and we're looking at what QuantumScape says they might be able to do 3 years out. Toyota saying we are going to have a car driving on the road with this in 2026. I think that's a real signal that the tech is here, and it may come from somebody we didn't originally expect.
Tyler, the last one I want to talk about here is the one that is currently the absolute leader in EVs and functional battery technology, and that's Tesla. Tesla has innovated with batteries. Of course, it's had big partners like Panasonic that have played a role in that. But if you compare the range of its vehicles compared to, for example, Ford Mustang EV that's come out, you get better range, pound per pound, I guess you could say, from Tesla, right? So they've proven that they can innovate, and their existing technology has given them some cost advantages that we haven't seen from any other automaker that's begun to move into EVs so far, at least at scale, right? It's still really early in the story. So I wanted to bring Tesla up because this is the incumbent. It's the first mover, and they do have some big advantages with the data that they've collected and the R&D investments that they've made. Is that going to translate into a next generation battery that's a step change improvement that we're expecting to see with solid state? Because again, the idea with solid state is you can shed 30% or more of the battery weight, charge the battery 50% faster. You can either increase the range, or if you're optimizing for cost of the vehicle or weight of the vehicle, you go with a smaller battery and get comparable range to existing lithium batteries today.
And better longevity, which in my opinion is probably way more important than a lot of people are giving credit to.
That's a really good point. So again, the key is, I think investors that are looking in this space, number one, you have to acknowledge the substantial amount of risk when you're talking about a company like QuantumScape that is pre-commercial, right? They're still trying to get to a point where they even have a product that anybody are even able to buy. So acknowledge that first. And then you look at what's happening within the auto industry, direct competitors and automakers that have already spent substantial funds to invest in battery technology, and look at what they're doing and what they're saying. And that can give you some indication as well. So you can avoid the mistake of thinking this is going to be the winner when it's a lot less clear than it might seem on the surface.